And what's going on, everybody? And we are logging on to episode 147 of the podcast. We got a great episode for you guys tonight, and I am with my co-host Luke Gans. As always, thank you for being here, buddy.
How you doing?
We got a very good topic tonight, I believe. And it doesn't really deal with movies, even though, like, I might have one somewhat media-related topic, you know, as a pet peeve, but otherwise, like, this is a pretty obscure topic for us in a sense. But the reason why we're doing this, it's the top 5 pet peeves of ours. One of the reasons I personally believe, at least for me, I'm bringing it up. You know, it's January, it's the new year, first month of the new year.
Yep.
You know, there comes New Year's resolutions,
that
right?
a lot of you need to hyper focus on.
100%, and that's why we bring this up.
That's it.
That's why we bring this up. So
fix yourselves.
Listen,
idiots.
If we bring up any of these things on our list, and you do them, maybe work on it. Maybe make it a New Year's resolution. It's not too late. It's not too late at all. It's still the beginning of the year.
It's not too late.
Yeah. Before we do that, we got no movie news or anything related topics for you guys, but we will do our news segment of this new year. I don't know what to call it yet, but I guess we'll just call it
Movie Minds.
Oh, that's good. That's good
for now. That's
Movie Minds.
Working title.
All right, yeah, and eventually once we do, that might be the title, but like, when we have an official title, I'll make a whole segment for it and everything like that. Like, you know, with Pull the Pod, I have introduction segment. We'll get one of those rocking and rolling. All right, you chose one out. Let me choose one out.
I am so fucking mad right now.
Am I going to know it?
My
God. All right, I'm grabbing one right here. You might get this one, too. You might get this one a good amount. All right, I'll go first this time to show you, since you showed me the last time. Ready?
Cool. Ready? Do it.
Okay.
Okay. Cat.
What? Wait. All right, the essentials. Number 1, what is the title of the film?
Hunger Games. Do I have to
No, I don't.
Mockingjay. Is it
No, yeah, it's just it's
great.
Hunger let's just call it the first one, right? Okay, so we got 1 point there. You got 5.
Okay.
All right. What is the name of the actress in the picture?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Correct. That's also 1 point. All right, now we got the hardcore. Which talented actor... Oh, this is kind of sad. Which talented actor sadly passed away before the film series ended? I don't even think I know this one.
I don't know it, but is it that kid from Nickelodeon? Is it that kid?
I know who you're talking about. He's in a lot of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, I'll punt this away. What's the answer?
Is it no, it's not. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh.
I don't know who he played in the Hunger Games.
I think he's in the first one.
Okay, gotcha.
Philip Seymour. I should have seen. I'm not a Hunger Games guy, so I wouldn't have known.
Me neither, honestly. Like, not too much.
No. Yeah.
You know,
I heard the new one's pretty good though.
Yeah, the
heard
prequel.
People like the prequel one.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty good.
Which, you know,
I'd catch that.
Dude, that was a movie that I thought, I was like, all right, they're making this to try to ride the train again, get the hype back up for Hunger Games. Maybe they'll make more.
But I think Hunger Games is pretty consistent. I didn't really watch them like that, but I thought it was pretty good. Like, I thought people liked all 3 movies for the most part.
Okay, so I have a different perspective on it.
Cool.
I've talked to a lot of people that read the books.
Well,
and said after the first one.
I'll start a pet peeve right now.
Sure.
The book is always going to be better than the movie. It's the show. It's the TV show. It's the movie.
You're right. But
they probably didn't like the direction it went or whatever.
Not even the direction. They're just. But okay.
But look at Game of Thrones. Agreed. It's the same.
I agree with
same concept.
I agree with that. But I also know that the people that didn't even read the books, which is probably exactly, like, they all kind of declined critically.
But I
as
feel
they
like
went on.
Agreed. But I feel like they were at least consistent. Like, I think they were consistent. I think people probably liked it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think. Did you ever hear about them flopping at the box office?
No.
They're probably all 60 to 70s.
Yeah.
I'd probably say maybe even some touching 80 range.
Sure.
So that to me is consistent. Listen, Game of Thrones, Hunger Games, Doesn't matter. Harry
You
Potter.
want to know what I heard
all
is
of
really good on Disney Plus that is from a book?
What?
Percy Jackson.
A lot of people are saying it's really good.
Yeah, I might have to...
Someone said it was like a 97.
Dude,
I was like, there's no way.
It's one of their...
It's
one of their latest and biggest, like, Disney Plus, biggest successes
Disney Plus is
lately,
low-key.
bro.
They're just being quiet on the front, and they're just killing it.
They're killing it in a sense, but Percy Jackson is
but
definitely...
they were inconsistent for a hot second.
I think they still are, but...
Eh.
Percy Jackson's killing it. That's for sure.
Echo, but you liked Echo?
Oh, but a lot of people didn't. A lot of people
Wow, somebody didn't like something that someone put out. Thanks for keeping us in business.
All right, last question for you. This is for 3 points. Okay, this is a good question. I don't know it. What is the name of the American author who wrote the book series?
I can't read, so I wouldn't know, but the letters and shapes around the name...
The letters and shapes around the name. Okay, all right. What the fuck?
Wait. Okay, so I have a proposition.
Okay.
I have a proposition.
Okay. What?
A phone a friend for just a point.
Okay.
So it's 3 points.
Yeah.
A phone a friend for just a point.
Okay. Do we do this every
You're allowed
session?
You're allowed one
each
every
session?
2 times. So now
Okay.
I can't use another one
For the next round.
Next round I can't use one. I can only use it the second
All
time.
right,
so.
I'll accept that.
Oh boy.
I'll
All right.
accept it.
All right. This is
You know, I feel like you definitely had someone in mind.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But you can only call them once. If they don't answer, it's...
Can I
on
call?
your
Okay,
own.
but I have a caveat. Can I call someone that's wife is going to tell me the answer? Because I just don't know if she would answer my phone call.
Well, as long as it's the first call, then yes. Okay. Yeah. You gotta put it on speaker,
Ringing.
brother.
Ringing. Better answer me.
What up, Dad?
You're on the podcast.
Oh, how we doing, podcast?
Okay, where is your wife?
Oh, she's sitting right next to me.
Wife of Zach,
Yo, you want me to put it on speaker?
please.
Okay, can we... I'm gonna mute the TV real quick.
Frank's got me on a timer, so.
Luke has a question. We're on the podcast. Say hello.
Hello. Okay, for 1 point, I need to know the author of the Hunger Games books.
Isaiah, that's a pause question.
Suzanne, Collins?
Oh.
That's right.
Yeah!
That is right. Very good.
Yes!
Very good.
Thank you, Paz. Thank you, Zach. I
Very
appreciate it.
Thanks, pause. I didn't do anything.
you answered the phone. I wasn't sure if she was going to, so I'm like, all right, I gotta call Zach.
Alright, guys.
All right, peace.
Peace out. Very good. That was a great call to do. All right,
Thanks, Zach
very
and
good.
Paz. Rate you the best.
All right. Right now, I only have 1 point. You have 7.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, okay.
Title of the film.
Damn, you thought I would know this?
Mm-hmm.
Don't give me a hint or anything.
Can I give you a hint though? That you might not remember, but it might be a hint that maybe jogs your brain a little.
Okay.
It's Kayla's favorite movie. She talked about it when we were on the podcast.
Did she?
Mm-hmm. You might get the second question once I tell you the name.
Yeah,
do I
right,
give you the Do I
right.
give you the answer? I do, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So,
cool.
well, if I had to guess, the first thought that I had in mind,
Okay.
she kind of looks like a Cruella DeVille figure, so I'm gonna have to say 101 Dalmatians.
No,
Okay.
Devil Wears Prada.
See, it's a movie. Fuck,
Should
man.
watch it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a solid movie.
Okay.
Okay. Name of the actress.
All right. Devil Wears Prada. And as far as what she looks like, I'll have to go with Yeah, I know nothing about this movie. I've been getting a bad hand the past 2 times. Well,
I've known all of them.
who could it be?
All right, look away real quick because I'm gonna show your.
Okay.
That's who it is.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have it edited there. Yeah.
Similar.
She looks like the teacher or like gym teacher from Glee.
You're gonna be real mad when I tell you this.
Really?
Meryl Streep. Damn. So.
I wouldn't have guessed it though.
Okay. The name of the supposed role model of Meryl Streep's character.
No idea. Really, I had no idea.
Okay. It's Anna Wintour, who is the head of GQ, men's and women's magazine. Condé Nast.
Yeah.
So I used to work in the World Trade Center, and I worked. Condé Nast was like the anchor company of that.
Oh, okay.
Fun story about it. So I think it was right after COVID or something like that. This is my claim to fame because I only have really a couple celebrity interactions in my whole life. I made Chris Rock laugh, which is
That's awesome.
1-1.
Yeah. Yeah,
Done.
you've talked about that
I could
before.
die.
Yeah.
2, this isn't even a celebrity interaction. I just was called, I looked like Leo. I laughed at the person. I said, hi, and I was like, I could die happy.
Okay, yeah.
Not a celebrity interaction. Yeah. And I ran into her one day in the building, and she is like wildly...
Wait, who?
Anna Wintour. The real person.
Oh, okay.
And she is wildly known to not be like the most smiley person ever.
Sure.
And I saw her like 3 days in a row. And I got like a good morning every morning, and she didn't say anything. And then like the third morning after seeing me at the same time kind of a thing.
Yeah.
She like gave me like a smile and a nod, and I was like,
Nice.
gotcha.
Nice.
So that's my interaction with Anna Wintour. So.
All right, very cool. Well, right now you're winning by a landslide at the moment.
Do you want me to ask you this?
Oh, is there a last
There's
one?
one last question.
Yeah, sure,
but
why not?
Okay. Anne Hathaway's character is ordered by Meryl Streep's character to get a hold of an unpublished book. Which book is it?
I don't know.
Movies from like the 2000s.
It was a book that turned into a movie?
It is a real book that turned into a movie.
Okay.
And it was unpublished at the time, and Anne Hathaway was tasked with getting a copy of it for Meryl Streep's grandkids, Anna Wintour's like grandkids.
Yeah. You said 2009?
2000s.
2000s.
So think earlier.
Okay, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Was that 3?
Yep.
Fuck yeah! All right. I needed that, brother.
Needed that, bro.
I
Needed that. I gave him a little bit of hints with the 2000s stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll let it slide.
Luke felt bad, all right, guys? Like,
Right,
damn.
listen, I gotta keep him in it. I gotta keep him in it.
All right, so right now we got the score 7-4, and we will continue this. Listen, I don't even know. I don't know how many cards there are. That's like the actual scoreboard. I just didn't know how to work it.
I'll count them.
What do you call it? I don't know if this will last us the whole year, but
4,
it's definitely going to be majority, right?
10, 12, 14, 15, 17, 19.
Well, we're also doing 2
21.
pods a year, so maybe.
2 pods a year? I'm going to be out of a job.
Well, no. No, 2 pods a
23,
month. That's what I meant to say.
30, 32, 33, 34. There's like 45 left.
I think we might be okay.
Yeah, we might be good.
Yeah.
If not, I'd say you could always probably see if there's another version.
Absolutely.
Because there's honestly probably like another...
Yeah, like an extension or something like that.
Yeah, there's probably like a part 2 or something
For
like
sure.
that. Yeah. So.
Alrighty. All right, we are going to get into our main topic, which is our personal top 5 pet peeves.
Top 5.
So I've been texting Luke a little earlier today about this. At first, honestly, I kind of wanted to change the topic because I really... all right, let me preface it this way. We've talked about doing this topic for quite a while. And when it was first brought up, I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I have so many things on my mind that I can put onto this list and everything. And then literally a whole year went by.
Yeah.
And things,
Things change.
Things change.
More things become,
Exactly. So, I really didn't know what to put on my list, but I did come up with 5 pretty damn good ones, in my opinion, that do bother me quite a bit. So I think we're both ready to.
Do you have any honorable
fire
mentions?
off. No, I only have my 5, and to even add to that, I don't even think I have them in a specific order.
Okay.
I think I know what my top one is. My number one.
So leave that one for one.
Last. Yes.
I have 3 that I just want to mention. And
Okay.
everything in mine is kind of they're all similar, and most of it's again, people related.
Yeah.
1. Hardos. People that just are just over the top. I don't in your face, obnoxious about kind of, I guess, find something which there's a line, and I'll talk about it later with other stuff too. Yeah. There's a line of when you cross it and become more
it becomes your personality, your life.
But then even when it surpasses that and it becomes you have to almost impress everyone that does it. Everyone has to know you do it.
Right.
And again, that goes into kind of one of the other things that I have.
Yeah.
But a hardo is similar to one of the ones I have in my top 5, but it's almost just you're sitting there and you're okay, we get it.
Yeah.
You're yeah, all right, yeah, no problem. So
yeah.
Hardo. If you're a hardo and you whatever.
But they might
Jim
not.
Squinters and screamers and the
yeah. But they might not know that themselves are a hardo.
No, they do.
You think
know.
so?
Yeah, they know. They know. When you're a hardo, you're a hardo. It's very simple.
But when you push people away, from that,
no, because I think we live in a society. We live in a world now where everyone's accepted for them. Not everyone's accepted, but there's just so many different types of people now. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I think there always was, but
now it's way more you have to be aware of you get these people and you get that people. Exactly.
Yeah,
so I just think it's more top of mind with it now.
Okay.
I guess if that might, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
2. We were talking about it. Movie theater talkers.
That's a good one. That's
the
a great
worst.
one.
Because here's the thing, right? And I would even like to do a poll of the pod with this, and I don't know if we did or not. Did we do this about going to the movies alone?
No, I don't think we did.
So I have always been a very big supporter of movies alone kind of guy.
Yeah.
Don't need to go to the movies with someone. My wife thinks it's weird. I don't, because if you're going to a movie, you're not talking, you're not supposed to interact at all. You're just watching it. Me, I think it's weirder if you're eating out alone. Which is sad, of course. It breaks your heart in some cases, right?
Yeah, of course.
But, my argument is always, I would rather not be caught eating alone than going to the movies alone. If I'm going to the movies alone, I want to watch a movie, I want to enjoy it, maybe I can't get anyone to go.
It's more of the, and this is about going to the movies alone, it's more of a internal thing.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think, maybe, and I don't know this for sure. I've never noticed it.
Yeah.
But noticing someone alone at the theater.
I feel like you never do, because most of the time you don't pay attention to it,
because you want to watch the screen.
And that's it also comes from a world where my wife does not, prior to me being with her, I had my and I have a whole bunch of friend groups of people that I don't bounce around with, but I'm very friendly with everybody of my groups that my childhood friends, my high school friends that I grew up with, my college friends,
all of them.
When I was in when I hit that high school into college range, bro, I could do anything by myself. I was going to concerts by myself. I was traveling I was doing all this shit by myself, and she hears me say this kind of stuff and is blown away. It's so funny. I'll be because I went to Above and Beyond's ABGT 100 at MSG by myself. Didn't know a single person that was going. She's
didn't you meet my crew at Izu that one year?
Yeah, I went by myself.
Yeah,
right. Because I think the year that you did that, I think it was the people I went with. Tony was I think at college, and I think Grant was too. I think it was freshman or sophomore year when I didn't have my shoes.
Yes, that is the year.
Quick story about that.
Yeah.
We went into Izu. I met up with them.
Yeah.
We get through security, or we're about to get through security, and this was the year after I think some people died, right? I think this was people died our year too. But this was because they canceled day 3 of that year because I was staying with Brian.
You're talking about at the festival.
At festival.
Died.
Yes.
Because
okay. The year prior.
No, they didn't cancel day 3 or
yes,
anything.
they did.
Did they?
Yeah. Because
really?
I thought you guys only were there Friday, Saturday, and then I met up with Brian Font, and I stayed with them Saturday night, And then Sunday morning we woke up and we didn't go because they canceled it. I'm almost positive that's how it happened. I think.
Well,
Brian Font, correct me if I'm not wrong. Come on and tell me. But we go through security this day.
Yeah.
And again, the year prior, some people had passed away. Security was crazy. It was a fucking nightmare. They made us take our shoes and socks off. I had to take my shoes and my socks off.
Yeah.
Take them off. Had a bucket hat with all my shit in it. Put that in one hand, shoes in the other hand. We walk 25 steps.
Yeah.
Sit
Maybe
down.
not even. Yeah.
Sit down on this little curvature, this little hill. Tiny little guy. If you've ever been to Izu, you know there's not a lot of hills. There's a couple little side ones. Sat down. Go here. Wallet, phone, keys, everything I needed. Hat on. Turn to the left. Shoes are gone.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So I went barefoot that entire show, that entire time. And actually, you know what? No, I met up with Grant later because I met up with Grant at Cosmic Gates barefoot on a wooden floor thing. And it was so funny because we tell this story all the time. People kept coming up to me and were like, yo, dude, fucking respect.
Yeah.
Respect. And I'm like, I am the most miserable I've ever been in my entire life. This is not because I'm doing something spiritual at all.
Yeah.
This is not a choice at all. And then I had to walk the footbridge barefoot that night.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm stronger because of it. So whatever. That's the quick story. So yeah, movie theater talkers, am I right?
Yeah, right.
No, but again, movie theater talkers, like just people that are there. It's like, listen, if you're like I was a kid too, like I was a young guy, like I know how it is. You go with a girl, right? You're going with your buddies. Like we did stuff like that.
It's more the fact of going with your buddies.
Yeah,
that's when
if you
you're
go with
really
your buddies, that's when you're rowdy. You're fucking around. And listen, all. You're allowed to do whatever you want if no one else is there. If the theater's empty and you don't give a shit about the movie, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if there's people in theater and shit, and listen, if you're being a little rowdy at a certain point because something happens crazy, okay, that's fine. Like we'll let it slide.
But something crazy in the movie.
In the movie.
To that.
But if you're just being rowdy there and your
not
phone's
paying
going off
attention.
and you're not paying attention and you're talking and doing whatever, no, stay home. Wait until it comes
I agree.
on. Wait till it comes out on Redbox and go buy it.
Also, to add to that, if you really don't like the movie that you're seeing,
just leave.
And you're being rowdy because of it, yes,
just leave. Because don't ruin the movie for us. Like
exactly.
we're trying to enjoy it, and again, listen, don't complain. It's 3 hours long. Like you bought the ticket.
Yeah.
You didn't walk in and pick out of a lottery system.
Right.
You know what you came for.
Me and my family saw Cruella one day in theaters.
I liked Cruella.
I loved Cruella.
Caleb loved it too.
It was so good.
Loved it. I thought it was really good. Are they making a second one? I think they've been talks. I would love that. I think you do.
I don't think anything's like too concrete with it.
But dude, Emma Stone killed it, bro.
Oh, she kills it in everything.
Great,
first off,
but her newest movie too is getting a lot of really good
I know.
reviews,
I want to see that bad.
Heard it's wacky, but
yeah, it's
like
definitely wacky.
How Things Work or something. That's like the name of it or whatever.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but Mark Ruffalo too.
Yep.
Whatever, but no, she's great in everything. Cruella was good. We were in the theater with my family, and there was a group of teenage girls right behind us, and you know Jesse and everything like that. They were talking throughout the whole movie. Eventually, he just turned around mid-movie. It was like, can you shut the fuck up? And like they were quiet for a little bit, and then eventually they started laughing again, right?
Yeah.
And we all went up. My mom and everything went up to Jesse. I was just like, listen, like those are younger kids. Like don't like. You could get some conflict.
That. No, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? With parents and everything like
God,
that.
Yeah.
Because
How
you're
old
an older person. They were like probably middle school or young high school kids. Girls. Yeah.
All right.
It's a little tough, tricky scenario.
Raise better kids.
Yeah, but
nope.
I mean, I agree with that in a sense.
I was rowdy at this point too. At a point in my life too.
And yes, but not just yourself, but when you are with a group of people, you almost, especially at that age, you can't help. Go do that at the mall.
Go do that at the mall, like which they probably did.
I agree, but
no, I know what you mean. Listen, it's a tough get, but I support that because like same thing when I lived up in Roselle when I was living there. I used to go to Starbucks all the time. I'd work there. I'd get my coffee there. The people in the Starbucks in Cranford, like I'm not really a like big huge chain guy with that. Like again, I buy a lot more Rook. I get coffee in Cali Cold in Manalapan.
Yeah.
I get my coffee all those places. This Starbucks had the best staff ever. They were great. They were awesome. I think I've talked about them on the pod before. Like, they were just great. They just, like, go above and beyond. They always look out for you. Like, they're just good people, you know? Like, a good staff of people.
Yeah.
And as I moved, and even, like, as I was still around, I heard it was starting to get crazy there. And at what would happen is Cranford's a pretty tiny town. All the kids would come after school. And it was, again, a small enough town that people are walking, they're biking, they're doing whatever.
Yeah.
So all the boys would park their bikes and block the sidewalk on, like, one road. So, again, this is, like, on a road, and it's, like, I can't really explain it, but, like, if you saw it, you'd know. And these kids would block the sidewalk with their bikes, just, like, throw them down, and then they'd come and they'd be rowdy. They'd leave a mess. They're just yelling. There's people trying to work, and there's, like, whatever. Again, if it's a gymnasium, sure. But, like, it was to the point where they, like, the Starbucks literally had to start calling the cops on kids because it was getting that bad of, like, them just being so rambunctious. Yeah. And they would ask them to leave, and the kids would be jumping on tables. So that's where, like, it doesn't become like, I don't give a shit if you're a middle schooler, if you're a high schooler. Like, that falls on the parents to, like, you gotta know your kids being like that. Listen, there's certain things your parents don't have to know. If you're like a little bit of a jokester in school and you're still good, like I don't think I ever got in trouble for being like a little bit of that kid. They don't have
to know. Like, some things really kind of aren't in their control either. But I do agree with you at the point, like, for me at least, like.
But it's a disrespect. It's a disrespect thing, dude.
Yes,
and like, look, I get it.
It is.
It's a movie, and you went to see Cruella, and it's fine, whatever. But like, I think more people just need, again, because if it was me and I found out, like, if I was with the girls and like you're the parent, you'd want them to be quiet.
Of course.
If I'm there as the parent, would I be pissed at you being yelling? Like, yeah, I'd be like, all right, like, calm down. Like, I'll keep them quiet.
Yeah.
But it also falls on the guy. Like, if I'm the fucking parent there, I gotta be like, yo, like, be quiet, like we're watching a movie kind of a thing.
Right.
Because again, you can go to other places. If you're loud and obnoxious at Get Air, the trampoline place,
so be it.
It doesn't matter.
Agreed, yeah.
So you have to be able to pick and choose. So, like, yeah, could he have probably went about it differently? Sure. But, like, at the same time.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm glad he did it.
No, agreed. Yeah, because then you at least got a little bit of peace from the movie. Right?
Exactly.
But, yeah. So that's my other one. And then difficult people. Just people that are tough, like, always got to make something harder than it is, either on the timeliness of like when they're going to show up or the people that you have to work your schedule around. It's like, like the world revolves around them with like your timeliness and how, like, again, I have to be the one, like, I'm doing whatever. Oh, well, I got to change my schedule because of you. Oh, I can't make that work this day, so we have to do it. Things like that. Right. It's like, all right, I get it. Everyone's got different shit. Everyone's got stuff, but like, come on, you have to be flexible. In life. Like, things are not going to always go your way. So you got to be a little bit flexible. So those are my honorable mentions.
Okay.
If you want, I can do my 5 and my 4 just because I'm there, and then you can do 5, 4, and we'll just do back and forth. Anyone that gives like excuses. That's my number 5. Like, just people that just constantly, you just know they're going to have and listen, I don't think it's excuses for me, but my wife hates that I'm like a rebuttaler, and it's not in a bad way, but it's I'm always someone that hears both sides. Yeah. Like, I'm always someone that tries to give, like, with you, I'll do it. With my parents, I'll do it. Like, I'm always trying to give, like, the other point of view. Yeah. Not saying that you're wrong or you're wrong. No, right. But I'm just trying to say, like, oh, well, maybe that person did this because of that. Or, oh, maybe, well, this is why I did it. And things like that. Again, doesn't go over very well with me. Which I'm learning. This is marriage and life. Yeah. But again, the people that always have excuses for stuff, it's like, oh, like you just like spilled, like, can you pick that up? Oh, well, you know, like I was really busy. Oh, I had somewhere to go. Oh, and listen, you can have somewhere to go and have to do the dishes later. You can have something to do and you could, oh, like you didn't pick this up. Oh, I'll get to it later. Things like that.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you just got to be like, all right, like, yeah, like that's on me, like my bad. Or again, just do it. But instead, if every time there's like I got distracted by my dog. Oh, like, yeah, no, like I had to run out because I was late for work. Oh, yeah, I had to go get a call. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. It doesn't, just stop with the excuses, you know what I mean? And I feel like everyone's got an excuse nowadays for everything, you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
That's my 5.
To add to your point with that, my dad always told me this, that there's always a time in the day for everything.
Yeah.
And by that, he basically meant you have to
navigate
time
for your day.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So as far as the excuses thing goes, like there's a lot of, and this is me personally saying this from shit I've heard from myself from people, but it's excuses almost became a second nature, a bad habit. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I mean we know some people like that, right?
Absolutely, and it's sad to see. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
But that's one of those things that is what it is. It almost comes down to like a personality trait, I think.
Yeah, sometimes that's how people are wired and it's okay, but it starts to just get like a boring because now you're in that stage where we're adults now, you know what I mean? Like we still have our fun, we still do our shit, like you can still have excuses, but like
the responsibilities,
you're an adult, bro. Like we're adults now. Like the excuses, some of them can become more valid. Like my excuse of not being able to come out is because of my dog or my wife or my whatever.
Absolutely,
so my excuses to Frank of like, hey, I can't do a pod tonight, or same thing. Frank's like, yo, I can't do a pod. I just worked 8 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse because it's just a valid reason that you can't do it.
That's a great way of saying it.
Like we knew. And it wasn't excuses for me because we were trying to do pods, and I told Frank, like, in September, I'm like, yo, October through December are going to be crazy for me.
Yeah, madness, right.
And we prepped for that.
Yeah.
And it was like, we had a couple times we tried to run a pod, and it couldn't work. And as much as they were not excuses on my part, because I was like, yo, like, I'm going to try, but I can't.
Yeah.
We had an understanding of it. And that was the good thing. It was like, yo, I was like,
Well, I think you said it perfectly. It's all about the valid reason, and if not the valid reason, just working around it.
Exactly.
I think we did
100%.
A little bit of both.
I think we did really good with
that.
I think
so too.
I agree.
Well, not even just with any situation. For anyone.
Exactly.
I think that's just the way to go. Yeah.
And my number 4 is going to be bad drivers.
Okay. Yeah, I love that one.
I just think it is crazy that we are now in 2024, and first off, we don't have flying cars. Bullshit.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
We have these Teslas that everyone's driving for it. And here's the thing. I love to laugh because constantly you hear people complaining, well, these younger drivers that are on their phones. Next time you're driving, do this in a safe manner. Don't put yourself in danger. But look next to you when you see someone that's a little bit older than you and see if they're on their phone. Because I would almost guarantee if you're driving enough, you'll see some old person.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, like I've said this, like the excuse is out the window of like, it's only us. Because everybody's using their phone now on their cars. Yeah. And it's like, this Bluetooth shit doesn't even work. Like, stop acting like you on your Bluetooth is going to stop you from sending a text. People do it all the time.
It's just not.
Dude, and the unfortunate thing is, listen, I've said this for years. If I ever ran for any type of an office, which I can never because I can't read, but you got to put a limit or you got to put a DMV-related thing on people retaking their test. They are giving everyone driver's licenses now. Like, the point system, the step below a point system should be your license revoked in a sense of, like, you got to go retest. Not revoked, but, like, if you get a reckless driving to the point where people are concerned, like you're swerving or you're, again, crossing lanes or you're just being a bad driver, okay, here you go. You have to go retake your driver's test. Not the hours that you put in, but
Right.
like, all right, you got to go back to the DMV and you have to pass the parallel park and the whatever, or a written test. Make something, because we are giving everyone a license to drive, and it is obnoxious, because you are getting in the line, you're getting in the left lane, and people are blocking the lane. You're getting in the right lane, and people are swerving. Nobody's using their blinker anymore. Everyone's just driving
that's a
recklessly.
big one, yeah.
You got people all the time flying through lights. Like, listen, I'll be the first one to tell you, if I'm trying to go through a light and I'm gonna make it, or I can't brake or whatever, if it's yellow and turning that, I'm not gonna pump the gas. If I'm going through
that's
it,
an accident.
if I'm going through it and I can't slow down, I'm just going to go. And my dad's always told me to honk.
Yeah.
So I always try to honk, right? If I'm like, oh shit, I got to make it through this, and I know a light is quick, like it's a quick switch light, I'm going to start honking or high beams or something.
Yeah.
But again, I always try to stop with it. Bro, I drive on 9. And I'll leave my store and I'll go to that light where I'm turning and going on 9 South.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and that light will turn yellow and it'll turn red. And I'll watch it turn red here, and I'll watch my light turn green, and you just see cars and trucks flying through the light there.
Yeah.
And that's how accidents happen, bro. And again, the unfortunate thing is a lot of these accidents are not the people that get hit. The ones, or the people that are doing the accident are the ones that are causing the harm to the people that aren't. And that's what breaks my heart, is that the person that flew through that light, or the drunk driver, right? And that's like another huge component of why I don't drink, like the drunk driving aspect and those things. Like,
I think that's a whole nother situation.
A whole nother situation.
Yeah,
that's my number one on pet peeves. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But the people that, like, again, it's so terrible, because you hear these stories about, reckless driver driving 100 miles an hour, hits woman and kills person, and then they survive. And it's, you know what I mean? Like, that's what breaks my heart, is that we're almost watching whoever, right? God, whatever you want to do it, punishing the people that are doing the right thing.
Yeah.
From the people that aren't. And that's what sucks. You sit there and you're like, dude, that is absolutely heartbreaking to see that some asshole that was driving 100 miles an hour took the life of someone because they were trying to be 10 minutes faster to get their McDonald's order, but because they had to get 10:30 because you're a fat ass, and they kill someone or they hit a pedestrian. Dude, it's just, dude, it breaks your heart. So
it does.
It's obnoxious. It's the worst. It's a huge pet peeve of mine, because, again, like speeders, like people that speed, like, dude, what? Okay, you got a race car. Good for you, dude. You got no money to your name and you have a really nice car. That's good for you.
That's I should have put that on my list, probably as an honorable mention, as far as the people that race out their cars and everything and really show off on the road, and they don't even have a great expensive, car like to show off. I can't stand it, man.
And listen, if that's what you like cool. Like, that's fine. But but don't drive obnoxious with me.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
The people that weave in and out of lanes and stuff like that, and they cut you off and they're doing that, like, it's just the worst. Like, I just hate that people think like the road is the place to fuck around.
Right.
Like, it's not.
Right, no.
Like, it's literally more dangerous to be driving your car than flying. Like, you're not going to get in a plane crash. You're going to fucking get in an accident.
You're risking your life every day by getting on the road.
Yeah, it's the worst. So bad drivers is my number 4.
I do like that one. Very good. All right, I'm going to go for my number 5. I guess this would be my number 5. This is like, I am passionate about it, but probably the least passionate about on my list. All right, so hear me out on this one. So you go into the bathroom in the morning, and this is for me, still living at home, have siblings and everything. When the toothpaste cap is already off before you go to put toothpaste on the brush, even worse.
Oh, God.
There is excess toothpaste all over the tip of the tube. Mm-hmm. All right. I fucking can't stand that. How are you? So it's always like, and listen, at this house, I'm sure it's at a lot of other houses too. Like, it's like a mystery how that even started.
Yep. And now everyone just does it.
it's like right, like one person starts it, and like once it's there, it's like, all right, well, it's already like that. I don't
It's like
give a
that
fuck.
exactly.
Like,
It's
more just
what's that effect called? It's
the Mandela effect or something like that.
No, isn't Mandela effect the way you think something is different?
Yes, that's
this
that.
is fuck, I know the name too, but whatever. It's like when you're like, oh, the next person will do it.
Yeah,
like someone else will get to it, kind of like, oh no, they'll do it. They'll fix it. They'll figure it out.
I cannot stand it. It's like. And the like almost the worst part of it is like all that excess like toothpaste and shit will be on, and it doesn't go back in like the cabinet or whatever. It's just there on the sink or whatever, and it's the worst. And it's like, that's fucking disgusting.
It's the same. It's the same, and this is like technically an honorable mention. But like, so porta potties, I get it, bro. Like, it's all no holds barred. Like, I understand you're gonna shit on the walls in a porta potty. I don't know how.
Depending on what venue or whatever you're at.
Porta potties before, and there's like shit on the ceiling.
Dude, yeah.
Any type of a place, like, doesn't even matter if it's a dingy. Like, besides like trailer truck stops where it's just gonna be disgusting.
Yeah.
If you piss on the seat, just fucking wipe it. Just wipe it. Because when I drop a massive turd...
Yeah.
What, am I going to sit and piss? But it's just, dude, it's just disgusting how some people will leave, just leave...
It's so disgusting. It's like, it's literally, like, very inhumane. And, like... But that's why I brought up it depends where you are with... a porta potty, because
no. Porta potties are there. That's the Wild West. Like,
it is the Wild West. Like, you could be at a festival, you really want to get back out there for the music. Yeah. There are people that are probably drunk as hell, missing the toilet.
Yeah. Oh, dude, missing the toilet.
And like, you really think they're gonna prepare it for the next person?
And that's why, like, again, like, I'll wait until I find the right porta potty if I'm somewhere and I'm doing it.
yeah, right.
If it's a piss, I'll piss my pants. I don't care.
Right.
It's just, dude, it's the worst, and it's the same thing. It's just like, dude, like, it's not even only that too. It's like part of that is like another part of the pet peeve is like how people will just like miss a garbage and they'll just leave it.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
like, how like bad, like someone will like throw away their paper towel. They'll like I've watched people just like miss the garbage and just be like,
right.
It's like, bro, someone's gonna have to pick that up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's why no one wants to work, because no one wants to deal with the shit that we do.
For sure.
It's this fucking revolving door of, like...
Yeah. And to add to your point, especially, with the toothpaste and even the porta potty, for me, it's all about, like, the OCD of, like, cleanliness and, like, of, not everything has to be perfect, but, like, I don't want to be struggling to get toothpaste out of a tube when other shit is blocking it from coming out. Dude, That's just it. I used
to literally purposely, when I worked at Champs, I would do bathroom duty for garbage and stuff. Like,
would you? Yeah.
Because I would do it throughout the night. So if I
was that a better or worse thing, like, as far as
it took less effort in
than
the sense
during
that
the
you
day?
Gotta go out on the store floor and you got to fold stuff and you got to put everything.
Oh,
back.
yeah.
So if I worked an 8-hour shift or a 6-hour shift, every like hour or 2 hours, I would like make sure it was clean.
That's good.
So I'd keep up with it.
Yeah.
So then by the time it came time, if we were closing in an hour, I'd clean it one more time.
Yeah.
Do that, and then I would just sit and fucking chill in the bathroom.
No,
just fucking.
There you go. Yeah.
There were 2 bathrooms, so I'd like make sure throughout the 2, I'd like rotate, and I'd be like, all right, this one, and then at the end of the night, I'd be like, oh, I'm doing the garbage here. I'd fucking throw it at the back door. Then I'd go to the second one. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm just chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Eating a burrito in the bath. No, I'm kidding.
But, no. Dude, at least you knew it was fucking clean, man. A little sanctuary in a sense. A nice little break.
My dojo, my bathroom.
Yeah, right.
That's it. I feel most comfortable in a men's toilet.
Alright, I'm going to put this one as my number 4 because I kind of want to just get this one over with because this one does bother me quite a bit. Alright. Talk show hosts that two things. Talk show hosts that both talk about anything political in a serious manner and being so fake that the audience can clearly see it. So I have 2 people in mind that it's clearly about them. So Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, the two Jimmys.
I actually like Fallon though. I don't mind
Jimmy
as much.
Agreed. As far
Kimmel stinks. Kimmel stinks. He's the worst.
I think Kimmel's so bad now, and that was a talk show host that used to be one of my favorites until Trump joined the election and the race and everything like that, and things got personal.
Fallon, I'm fine with Fallon.
Fallon, I do like Fallon. I think
you just don't like him because he's fake.
I'll tell you what. How hard he tries when he laughs.
Some of his skits, you can tell he's just being so like this. But
for me though, the skits and the segments on his show are actually some of the best segments and skits that I've seen in talk shows.
He was on a subway with Green Day today. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Green Day did like a pop-up show on
the
subway.
Yeah.
With him. And he's just, you can tell he's
It's on his
so
talk show? Of course,
like,
yeah.
Doing whatever. But I was just laughing because there was a guy in the background probably commuting home from work, had a miserable day, got fired, something happened. He was just sitting there, he's like...
yeah.
Fucking crowd, and everyone's with their phones. It's like, hope you had the time of
right.
American idiot. And the guy's just like... just standing there like, fuck, kill me, you know? I know what you mean with that.
Fallon's segments and skits are actually, I personally think, the best of most talk shows.
Yeah.
I mean, Conan O'Brien is my favorite. But he does have, and I don't even think that's personally Jimmy Fallon making up these ideas. Mm-hmm. He has his writer room and everything, but who knows? But he is very... fake in the sense I do believe he's a great person and everything like that, but I believe he's fake in the fact of hyping up things that don't really need to be too hyped up, or like jokes that really don't hit but he's cracking up at.
Can I do a pet peeve off that?
Sure.
SNL.
Yeah, what about it?
All of it.
Dude, thank God you said that, because I think it's like there are some little golden nuggets that come out of it nowadays.
You have a whole season of SNL.
Yeah, and it's a lot of episodes, basically the whole year.
You're supposed to have this great comedy writing room. And listen, maybe not all of it's my comedy, which I can appreciate, right? Like, listen, not everyone's gonna like my humor. Like, I love like Talladega Nights and Ricky Bobby. Like, I love that shit.
Well, a lot of people like that, though. Yeah, you're not alone with that.
Don't like my, I know a couple people in my family that hate that kind of
really.
Comedy. Yeah. Again, they're a little bit more.
I mean,
stiff.
I kind of get it.
Stiffer,
I kind of get it.
Yeah. But I also like raunchy comedy. I also like dark comedy. Like, I like all that stuff.
No,
There's a lot of people that don't like. Again, we've talked about this. Everybody listen up. Comedy is comedy.
Yeah.
If a line is crossed, you can be there. Like, if someone's just out like racist, then I get that. But like, bro, you're supposed to make fun of people with comedy.
Also, the point of comedy is to kind of cross the line.
But again, to your point, why I'm connecting this is because SNL is like, oh, we're just trying to be funny, and then they make everything political. Like,
yeah.
If I don't know if you saw what's going on, and again, you don't have to agree with either side, but they tried to make a joke out of the courtroom hearings from the Harvard stuff. I don't know if you saw it.
Not the skit.
So the Harvard, did you hear about the whole Harvard thing where they were the Palestine protesters? And
yes, I heard about that.
They did a skit and it was fucking dog shit.
Really?
I don't care what side you stand on. It was the most dog shit thing I've ever watched in my entire life.
Really?
It is terrible. And dude, it's not even about what side you stood on, but you're just sitting there and you're like, is this supposed to be funny? Like,
right.
You're trying so hard. And again, it irks me because it's like, you're supposed to be the epitome of comedy.
Yeah.
Like, this is where all of the greats got their start.
Right. Well, used to anyway.
Dude, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, all of that. You look back in the rosters and you're like, holy shit.
If you made it onto SNL around that time, it was like, all right.
It's not to shame some of the people now. Like, Kristen Wiig got her start here. A lot of people got their starts on SNL that did really great things.
Yeah.
Who's the guy from Barry? He was on
what's his name? Shit. I was literally...
Hey, Siri, who's the actor that plays Barry on HBO?
Barry is a dark comedy
starring
Bill Hader.
Yeah, Bill Hader. He's one of the better ones that came out of SNL lately.
But that's the thing. There's still people that are doing it, right? And it's like, listen, if you can use that as a bouncing board, that's great. But dude, you get maybe 5 a year good skits. And even
Yeah.
then, some of them are like, you're sitting there like, all right, was that funny, or was it just like funny in the moment? Like, was it an actual
Exactly.
skit
That's what I
gonna
was
hold up?
That's what I was gonna bring up. Like they do skits that are
Like
relative
the
to
Pete
that
Davidson,
week,
yeah, like the Pete Davidson and Timothy Chalamet, like skirt that.
which I loved that.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But, like, I think it was funny for what it was. But I think when we look back in 5 years, we're gonna be like, all right, like that was.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Giggled.
Of course, yeah.
But if you look back at like live in a van down by the
Yeah,
river.
that'll always be hilarious in my
Cowbell.
opinion.
Those
Cowbell,
are
yeah.
skits that live like in infamy.
Celebrity
Like,
Jeopardy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
But then you look at some of these, even what is it, the recap,
weekday recap or whatever.
That's great.
The news anchor
those are always
thing.
funny. The news anchor thing I like.
Yeah, I like them
That's
too.
part of it for the most part. Like that's funny that they can do that.
Yeah.
But dude, some of it's just so bad. So that's a pet peeve of mine. Because like if you can sit there and you tell me you enjoyed every episode, you're on crack.
Nah,
You
yeah,
can-
it's not.
And my favorite thing about it is that you will go out of your way to say I like this episode, and 9 times out of 10 you like the episode because the person that was on it.
Yeah.
Not because of the episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like people love the Pedro Pascal episode. Why?
Because
Pedro
people
Pascal
love.
was on it.
Yes. And I'll tell you what, that was. SNL skits always pop up on my YouTube, and
yeah, of
why
course.
is that the case? Because I watch a good amount of them, especially because of the people that are on. Like, I'm curious to see how they do on them, being
Yeah.
comedic.
We love YouTube here.
I'll tell you what, Pedro Pascal did a very good job on that show.
I liked Kim Kardashian's. Like
I definitely didn't watch that
I watched
one.
Kim Kardashian's with my wife. I thought it was funny. Like some of it, I was like, all right, like this is good. Like,
Yeah.
listen, she's a good sport. Like if you can hate her or love her, or whatever,
Yeah, she's definitely a
but
good
bro,
sport.
listen, she did it. You can hate her, you can despise her, you can not like her, but bro, she did it.
Yeah.
Everyone, you all don't like her because you're envious that you don't got that like.
Oh,
Like,
sure.
She took one time, made a video, and now she got $1 trillion, and you're pissed because you're living in a van down by the river. But yeah, so that's But Pedro Pascal's was good.
Yeah.
This person's good. There's the episodes that you laugh at. It's funny,
Yes. But
but it just is not.
also the problem with that is that they shouldn't be depending on
a guest.
the celebrity guest.
You
for
can have a celebrity
viewership.
guest that makes the skit that much better. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But again, it's like you're making skits that are just bad. It's
Yeah.
just not funny. And
No.
maybe again, I'll go back on my word. If someone can send me 5 most recent ones and prove to me that actually maybe it is pretty funny. But I guarantee I will not have that. I guarantee.
Well, even if you did, think about it. An episode of SNL probably has
15 skits, 20 skits.
per episode.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go
15,
that
let's
far.
say
Let's say
10 to
10 to 15 per
Yeah.
episode, and they have one each week throughout majority of the year.
And if you have one good one every episode.
That's
50, so 50
that's not good.
skits
That's not good.
out of how many?
Right, exactly.
500?
That's not good at all. It's not good at all.
Not
Yeah.
a passing grade, but yeah. So that's I'm just wanted to piggyback off that.
That's yeah, I mean I that was the most with Fallon.
Yeah.
Kimmel, I think he gets his just emotions a little too in the way with his monologues and everything, and
he's mad because he's on.
I think it's hurt him.
Epstein's Island.
Yeah, well, you want to know what? I am on Kimmel's defense with
yeah,
that
it's
because
tough.
as much, and believe me, I do, I like Aaron Rodgers a lot more than Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
But for Aaron Rodgers to say something like that, an
it's a
accusation
tough,
like that,
yeah.
it's a pretty serious accusation.
Yeah, I wish Aaron Rodgers just shit on him in general because I understand why Aaron did it because he was.
Well,
mad that-
Kimmel
because
has
Kimmel
been
went at
shitting
him.
on
So
Rodgers for a while.
And listen, that's part of the reason that I'm okay with it in the sense that listen. You have no problem calling him a crazy, druggy, blah,
Sure,
blah, blah,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So now that he said you went on an island with kids and he doubled down, he put it on the internet, now you're mad at it. But how many moms and dads and people that don't give a shit, how many people listen to you and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe Aaron Rodgers does that. I'm not watching, you know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
It's a two-sided where...
It is.
And
I just...
It's comedy, right? No, and believe me, I get it. There's a line crossed with Epstein's thing, I get that.
But it's also a line crossed with Kimmel, too.
But that's the thing. It's like, bro, let the man do what he wants. Like, yeah, of course, like, I understand that he's not a doctor, but, I mean...
Kimmel's just mad that...
Not to get COVID-y here, but, like...
Well, that's what I was going to bring up.
That shit's...
Kimmel's just mad that Aaron Rodgers is high up there in the celebrity list, and he's not vaccinated. That's all it came down to.
And it's, but come on.
And
why do you give a shit?
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Who cares? Like, I don't like Aaron Rodgers because I think he's a little bit wacky, and I don't think he's got as consistent of numbers as people love to praise. Like, he made the playoffs a ton of times, but he's got one Super Bowl.
Right.
Okay, good luck with the Jets. So it is what it is.
That was my 5 and 4. You can move on to yours.
My 3 and my 2.
Okay.
One-uppers or over-experienced people, like people that just always one-up you and are like, oh, well, I've done that, or oh, I've done this.
Oh, so they're boasting themselves.
Correct. So people that just one-up you, like if I'm like, yo, I just collected this. Isn't this sick? Yo, I just got that too.
Yeah.
Yo, like I just got to level 50. Oh my God, dude, I've been at 50 for like a month.
Oh,
like, I just got a new car. Dude, I bought like another one the other day. Like, you know, people that do that, like go out of their way for you to be like talking about something and then they find a way to like one-up you or tell a better story or do whatever. They are my least favorite thing ever.
You want to know why it's also one of my least favorite characteristics of somebody, especially our age? Because that's more of a childish thing to do when you were younger.
Yeah.
If you do that still nowadays, then I think there's like almost a insecurity about yourself in a sense.
No, definitely. I mean, it's exactly that. It's it's exactly that of like, it's kind of part of like a not fitting in thing, so I get it.
Yeah, right.
Like you have to use that as like a coping mechanism.
Right.
And, you know, listen, certain times I get it. Like if you're trying to fit in with a new crowd and you want to fabricate a story a little bit, I get it.
Yeah.
Like it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you start hanging around people and you know that one person's always going to just do that, like...
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Like, you can like what I do and be happy for me, and I can do the same thing, and it can be a situation where you don't have to tell me about whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And even some of that goes on to now. It's like, you know, the best advice I've ever gotten from some people in, you know, the business side, like family, friends that I know that are very successful, if someone is flaunting their money, they don't have it. And again, like, no, yes, you might have money, but you don't have that kind of money.
No, right.
You know what I mean? And that's been something for me that I took a very, like, long look for because, like, you know, I kind of was working in the city and I was experiencing this life of, like, people want to dress nice. They want to look apart. They want
right.
They want to do that.
Right.
And that's even, again, part of, like, the reason I don't drink. Like, people, I got to buy a table. I got to buy a bottle. I got to do that.
Oh, right.
It's
Yeah.
You know, like, that's not a true form of, like, who you are. And that's okay that you do it occasionally. Right? If you do it on New Year's Eve every year, it's like that. It's your time.
Yeah,
cool,
sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
But, like, the people that are like, oh, I got to buy a bottle. Got to do this. Got to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I have friends that go above and beyond, but they're not one-uppers. Like, you know, they wouldn't go out of their way because I bought this and I'm like, whatever. They wouldn't go out of their way to buy to rent a nicer car if, like, when we went, you know, on my like, I tell the story, like, Tony got a Bronco because he wanted to drive a Bronco.
Yeah.
We got another car. It was like a Subaru Palisades. I don't even know what it was. It was a 6-person, 8-person car. It was maybe a Jeep. It was a Jeep Liberty or whatever.
Yeah.
But he didn't get that to one-up me. But there's people that will go out of their way to, like, be like, yo, like, I rented, like, a Bugatti this weekend.
Yeah.
Or, like, yo, like, I did this. Or, like,
and taking the pictures of it, putting it on the gram and everything like that.
Yeah, it's just like those people are, like, the worst. So it's like, dude, like, you don't have to do that. And if you feel like you have to do that with the people you hang around,
that's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. Because why are those people being surrounded by you? Because
the best people, and I tell this to, you know, if I talk to my cousins, if I talk to my family members, like people that are younger than me, and I don't want to sound like the old head that says this, but like the best people I hang out with now are all of my friends because one of my best hour and a half away from me. So the time that we spend, same thing. I don't see you all the time. We see each other occasionally.
Yeah.
I see the guys occasionally. Same thing with my college buddies. Same thing with my high school buddies.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of almost the relationship you have to have with people now, because
as we get older,
these people all the time, it like doesn't work out. Like, you can hang out with your initial friends all the time that you want to, but those people are not always looking at your best interests are the ones that you see all the time.
Right.
The ones that actually care are the ones that you don't see all the time and
always
care.
Agreed.
You know? And that's where, like, for me, some of the people in my wedding, some of the people in my life that I've extended and wanted to keep in my life.
Yeah.
That I've let others be like, all right, like, I'm gonna see you when I see you, I'm gonna talk to you when I talk to you.
Yeah.
But there's some people that I'm like, I will make sure I make an effort with this person because it's one of those types of people. Like,
absolutely.
You know? So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's just people don't need to be that kind of people, you know. So
100% agree.
That's my one-uppers. And my number 2 is rude people or Karens. So they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Just obnoxious people suck. Karens are the worst. They're just like, you know, like you can't...
Karens I would put more as entitled.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's people
like being a public servant.
People that are unchecked.
Yeah.
Like people that have always their whole life been able to do and get away with however and whatever and do it and it doesn't matter. And like those are the people that we need to stop because like the Karens that are like the complainers at the store and the I need to reorder this and I need to speak to your manager and all that stuff. Bro, just call customer support.
Yeah.
Just leave and call customer support and have them give you a coupon for
But dude, there are worse, stupider situations with Karens as far as like I saw a video of like a little girl picking flowers out at a park and a Karen was complaining about that.
Yeah. But it's
like yelling at the kid for that.
This is why
to gauntlet. That's right.
This is why it would and I know it's so fucked up, but it would solve so many problems. it's terrible for me to say, but it's just and it doesn't even matter where you lean with everything that's going on with gender, with Republican Democrat, with black and white, with any of that.
Yeah.
It just leans on the fact that we let everyone and anyone do whatever they want now and are unchecked. Because there's always another situation that we're wiping up and we're disregarding that. So we've let all these people become sentient to being like, oh, well, I can complain whenever I want. If I don't get something perfect, like sometimes that's how life works.
Right.
Like, not everything's going to go your way. Listen, if something happens, like, again, I'm in the flooring business, right? If someone's floors get messed up, you're not being a Karen because you're complaining because something happened. We'll fix it. We'll make it right. Whatever. Yeah. And it's good. And it's hey, our apologies. Blah blah. We'll do this. But then it becomes that next level of my water heater's broken. Oh well, that my walls weren't that color when we left. All these different things, and you're like, dude, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, everyone is just trying to find an easy way to, like, make a buck now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And the cheap way of making a buck.
Karens are literally trying to be like, if this isn't perfect. Like, bro, how many times have you had to drink a bad coffee? Like, again, I get it with Starbucks. You're paying $7, $6 for a coffee. These small stores, they'll help you. If you go to a Rook, if you go to just don't complain. Just say, hey, I didn't love this. I think it's a little bit light, a little dark. Can you remake it? They'll be good with you.
Yeah.
If you go to a chain and you don't fucking want to deal with it, you don't want to wait 30 minutes. Like, first off, okay, you chose to do that.
Right.
Second off, call customer support. Complain to somebody that's somewhere else in the world and do it that way. It sucks that everyone's mad that customer support is all over and they outsource it, but complain to someone there and get a coupon there or do something there. Stop making it stop bringing it to light because you guys are miserable to be around.
Great.
They drain the energy out of you.
Yeah, yeah.
I see Karens and I'm like, oh my God, you're the worst.
Agreed.
So, yeah, rude people and Karens. Rude people just go hand in hand with it. But just like people that just go unchecked and they think they can say and do whatever they want. Like, I'm past that point in my life, and I brought this up recently to my 75-year-old coworker Michael. there's a line that you cross when it goes from being respectful, right? Like, I always respect my elders. I was taught that by my grandfather. Like, you always
Yeah, of
show
course.
respect to people.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm not 15 anymore.
Right.
I'm an adult.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're a senior citizen, or, yeah, you're an adult, and, yeah, you have years of life on me.
Yeah.
But that does not mean you can talk down to me.
Correct.
That's not how that works.
Right,
and,
right.
And listen, I need to learn how to be better with my delivery of that in certain cases, because, again, I'm in a different world with it now. But with certain cases, I tell people very straight up, like, that's not how you're going to speak to me, or that's, like, I don't appreciate that.
If it comes to that point.
No, I let it fly now.
Yeah.
Because, dude, it's just not, that's the thing. We let people get, like, okay, well, next time I'll tell them. Okay, well, next time I'll tell them. People go so unchecked that then they move on to the next pawn, and they just boom, 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 boom,
yeah,
boom. And then, again, they're disrespectful to their waiter, and then they're disrespectful to the coffee
Yeah,
person,
that
and then
stuff
they're
I can't
disrespectful to the
stand.
gym
Yeah,
member, and
yeah.
then so you almost have to bite the bullet in certain cases and be like, listen, I understand you're frustrated. I get you're mad, but, like, you can't, like, this is not how you're going to speak to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an adult. Again, I'm a whole ass adult.
Right.
Don't talk to me that kind of way. Because, again, I had a recent situation with my job months ago. I had someone that didn't. They came in and they were flying off the hinges, and I was trying to help, and, maybe I came off a certain way, but I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And then she said something rude to me, and I was like, all right, cool, let's let it fly.
Yeah.
So then it is what it is. And again, I did the right thing afterwards. I was like, look, I apologize. I'm sorry. If you took it that way, that I apologize for that. But at the same time, you were being disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
And I, as the businessman, and I'm trying to be someone that's trying to help you. I'm trying to go out of my way. If I was disrespectful to you, I'm sorry. But at the same time, you can't, the customer is always right, but there's a way to be right, and there's a way to be heard.
Agreed.
And you can be right, and I can still swallow my pride and be like, I got to do this, I got to do whatever.
Yeah.
But you can be heard by just explaining it to me, just
right,
to me and not
without
having
being rude and
being
attitude.
rude.
Yeah,
So,
agreed,
yeah.
absolutely.
It's shitty, but that's the life that we live in, and that's how people are. And some people you got to kill with kindness. And again, you don't do that to every person. Sometimes you do have to just bite the bullet and be like, it's going to be better if this person just gets out of my, gets out of here and I never talk to them.
You judge the scenario. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes people just need to be told. No.
100% agree.
That's my 2.
Alrighty. I guess I'm gonna go with. Okay, so I got my 3 and 2. Okay. All right. This is gonna be my 3. So. When reactors, do you watch, like, reaction videos on YouTube at all?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, so when reactors on YouTube react to trailers or whatever, for that matter, on YouTube that they aren't interested in.
Okay.
Okay, so to further explain it, and for a little bit in the beginning when I first started the reaction videos, I did that too, just for the views.
Yep.
And then I learned that the audience isn't getting a authentic or real reaction
because you're not interested.
Because I'm not interested in it. And
you can give your 2 cents, but it doesn't matter.
Well, right, exactly.
Because they can tell. The audience can tell.
100%. 100%. And I learned that, I wouldn't say fairly recently, but sometime last year.
Yeah.
And then I kind of stopped, just reacting to the stuff that I knew I was never going to watch or, whatever. And then that's when I started noticing, like, other very popular reactors on YouTube reacting to shit just because they're trending or whatever the case may be, and say it's something that I did know a lot about or a good amount about, and they're reacting to it. They either didn't have much to say on it, or they started spewing out bullshit that wasn't right. So that for me is like a personal gripe with that. And that's part of the thing with just being fake online. Like, I get you do have to almost sell yourself to the point, your personality and everything, but I think the only successful way of doing that is just being true to your nature.
No, 100%. Yeah,
and that's.
But it's like you said. It's like, listen, some people have to do it because of the clicks and stuff. Unfortunately.
Well, right,
that's how, but you can tell, like you said, you can tell when it's like, all right, like, I know you just did that, but
right,
it's dog shit. Like,
and I'll tell you what, I could kind of get it if your channel was solely based on just reactions and stuff, that's what got you to where where you are, and that's where you're making your revenue. I get that part, and I appreciate not appreciate that part, but I get why you're doing it.
Yeah.
But I think people are gonna start to learn. Like, I remember when reactions were first a thing on YouTube, there was this Infinity War trailer reaction that came out between a daughter and his father, her father. And the daughter was sobbing watching the trailer. Like, that's a genuine reaction. Like, I see shit nowadays, like, they're hyped over everything. It's bro, you just can't be that hyped over every single.
Well, it's because that gets viewership.
Yeah, exactly. It gets a good thumbnail pic, whatever the case may be.
Well, it's clickbait, dude. Clickbait is such a bad, toxic thing.
100%.
Because you don't know what's real and you don't know what's actually
right.
Like on TikTok. Like, I say this all the time. Like, I enjoy using my TikTok because I have an algorithm built that it's funny. Like, I get funny videos. I get stuff that I like.
Dude, lately, I'll tell you what. Sorry to say it, but my algorithm has been, on TikTok, supreme. Like, everything that's been popping up, it's like, shit, man.
Right now, that's not for me.
Oh, really?
Now, all mine is every other thing is an ad.
Oh, really?
Every other thing, dude, is an ad.
Yeah.
And it's because I bought something off it before, and I just
That's
think
exactly
now
why.
Me with
That's
it.
exactly
and
why.
But that's the thing. It's like, the unfortunate thing is, dude, like, now you don't even know what's good and what's not because I reviewed this and I love it so much. You should go buy it.
Well, they're getting paid for it, man. That's it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm getting commission off this, but not much. It's like if 100,000 people buy it from your link, your 10 cents is gonna be a nice chunk of change.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
So it's just, for me, that's the unfortunate thing. It's you don't know what is real and what's not real.
Right.
But then at the same point, listen, everyone's complaining about something. So that's where it's like there's no middle ground anymore because it's just like you're either complaining about everything that you see or you love it so much.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you can still be like, I like this, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Easy
but
fix.
That's not the case.
No, you can't.
It's not the case.
Do it, and that's what sucks, dude. That's what sucks.
Especially with the reactors and everything like that.
What do you mean? Oh, I know.
So, that became a more recent
gripe of yours.
Gripe,
I can imagine.
As of recent. Okay, and then my number 2, I'll put... Okay, yeah. Alright, my number 2. Okay. When medication commercials list down all the possible side effects
oh my God.
And dangers of it at a really fast pace. You know how they do that? Like, it's like, they're at a really nice pace explaining what it could do for you and everything on a commercial, and then at the very end, you know what I mean? Like, it goes like that. Bro, I think technology is advanced enough where, like, you could put a QR code on the TV and they could just, like, read it if they were actually interested in it.
There's probably a legality thing with it that they have to list it in their commercial. That's the reason why.
I agree with that. Yeah, I do see that.
Yeah.
And I also understand the fact that they are saying it really fast at the end because a part of a commercial is to just promote it, not disadvantage it.
But if you think about it. They only talk about the positives, and then when it comes to the negatives, they go fast because they don't want you to focus on that.
Exactly, but you know what? That's kind of fucked up.
No, it is terrible, but I love it when you're watching a commercial and it's like a... and this sounds fucked, but like a depression medication. And like, might cause depression. It's like, why am I taking this for my depression if it could also cause me to be more depressed? Like,
right.
This is anti-shitting cream. You won't shit. May cause shitting.
Okay, but all right. So to go to your point that it's a legality to state it
you have to
at the end, right? Okay. So, okay, fine. Say it really fast at the end.
Yeah.
Still put a fucking QR code up there.
Oh, well, yeah. I think
so someone could actually read what you're
agree,
saying.
But it's the same point of like, I feel like we don't watch commercials as much as like an older generation.
Definitely not.
Does. So it's a tough ask to be like, you should put a QR code on it, because I could ask 100 people above our age and they don't know what the fuck a QR code is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Stuff. Oh, you know what a QR code? The menu thing.
The menu thing is probably the only recognizable thing of it.
So, you know, again, it's like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Commercial-wise, it's just all a scam. They have to fit everything in there. They have to make you want to buy it, which they do in their commercials. And then they have to provide, because, again, someone's going to sue them and be like, dude, I became more depressed when I take your depression medication. Oh, well, in the commercial...
Well, we stated it in the commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
I shit my pants when I took my Miralax. Well, in the commercial, we said, you're going to shit yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so...
But in that sense, too,
why it's
also fucked up. That's fucked up. Because they could say that they did say it on there, but they're saying a million words in seconds.
It's like so funny, though. Be like, this is supposed to help you feel better. You might die, but it'll make you feel better.
Yeah, right,
it's like,
right.
Did you just say I'm going to die?
Yeah.
It's like, you know...
With that said, though, there are commercials, like, I would say even 2 to 3 minute commercials on medications that do, like, at a normal pace explain some of the side effects. I've seen those too. And much respect to them for that. But there are plenty of other ones that do that. Yeah. So I just, ever since I was a kid, I was like, what is going on?
My mom fucking hates commercials.
Yeah, well...
Bro, we could be in the other room and got the remote!
Yeah, sweat. Yeah.
Mute it!
And you want to know why? I think
Yeah.
most people mute it, too, because have you ever noticed that commercials are, like, way louder than the actual program that's viewing? Always.
Yeah, always.
It is a tactic,
always.
but
just like Game of Thrones, how it was lighter in all of the dark scenes and darker in the... in the fight scene, the most expensive fight scene in the entire show, which was at the Battle of Winterfell, it was pitch black and you couldn't see shit. That's my pet peeve, my number one. No, I'm kidding.
I woke up sometimes in the middle of the night from a commercial being just louder than the show. Like I had my TV volume set at a good volume,
10, and you're like,
and then all of a sudden it's like at 20. Like, yeah, exactly. All right, you could do your number one.
So my number one is a tie.
Okay.
So the first part is in the way people, or slow walkers, people that are just either in the way and just are always like don't know how to, I guess, like read the room.
Yeah.
Not social distancing, but just like
no.
Some, like I was at ShopRite today, and everyone's prepping for this big snowstorm coming in, and this woman was just she was in the aisle. Her husband was in a rolling cart outside the aisle, and there was a self-checkout line that was 20 people deep, and there was no space. So the people are waiting here, he's waiting this way, and we're just all waiting, and she's just occupying the thing, going off of her checklist, which is fine, no problem. But, like, you should know, like, come in here with me and stay in this aisle where there's nobody else, and there's foot traffic coming through the aisle. And then she tried to yell at the guy behind her husband, hey, can you move back, please? The guy's like, no, you move out of the aisle. Like, you're taking up this space. Yeah. So then she goes and she backs her cart up into the main aisle. Husband backs up a little bit. Husband then, like, he's trying to back up, pull forward. She then backs up, just knocks into me, doesn't say anything, looks right at me. I'm like, bitch, I'm right here.
Yeah,
like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So it's just like everyone's surroundings, they're so hyper-focused on, like, how no.
Yeah.
Just because you're in the aisle there's no aisle seniority. Like, you gotta be aware. Like,
it's a common courtesy thing,
I'm a
man.
bigger guy, and on flights I do it all the time. Like, I always try to, like, either go sideways or, like, go like this. Because,
you're aware, and it's a common courtesy thing. That's all it is,
It's like, I hate when I get knocked into. Like, if someone knocks into me and they're just not paying attention, sometimes it happens. Like, neither person's paying attention. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit into you, blah, blah, blah.
But also not apologizing either.
You just watch some people, and they're just so loosey-goosey and just lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Knock into you. Or, again, you're trying to walk somewhere. Like, they're just like in the city,
oblivious.
Dude, in the city, I used to watch it all the time, and I get it. Some people are tourists; they're like first time in the city, they're doing whatever.
Yeah.
But then you'd be walking by some people, and they're just like, "What what's going on?
I don't even
And
think,
it's like, dude,
I don't even think the tourist thing is
bro.
an excuse, man.
it is to a degree, because if it's someone's first time in New York City and they've never seen
I get
skyscrapers and stuff, I get it. Listen, they're traveling with 25 people.
Okay, yeah.
Move out of the way.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, you gotta, like, you can still be in awe, but you shouldn't be taking up an entire sidewalk.
No.
Like, I hate the people that, like, again, you're walking on a sidewalk. There's a to-go lane. And
Dude, I also
like,
hate when it's
stop.
just two people on a sidewalk walking.
The same.
Dude.
The worst.
And they're blocking the whole path.
worst.
And I'm a fast walker, so
worst.
it's like I
Yeah,
pass a
I'm the
lot
same
of people.
thing.
So like it's like, dude, get the
Dude,
fuck
slow
out of the
walkers
way.
are the worst. I pass
Yeah.
people in the grocery stores, food everywhere.
Yeah.
On the roads, I pass people all the time, and it's just like some people are just like, I get it. If you're just doing your thing, just do your thing. And it's, again, I'm not driving recklessly, I'm not walking recklessly, but it's
No.
just like, dude, we move fast here.
Yeah.
Like, we got stuff
Yeah.
going on, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But don't be, like, just
Was that ShopRite
worst.
the one here?
No, I was in the Manal.
Oh, okay, well, let me tell you
The Manal
something.
one, the Freehold one is atrocious.
It's
It needs
atrocious.
to get blown up to Kingdom Come.
I think it just needs to expand.
Well,
That
they've been trying to
thing
do it for years.
for years.
For years. ShopRite Likios.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So,
yes, it is. Yeah.
but that's mine with the slow walkers
Yeah.
and Disney adults.
Oh yeah, man, that's a good one.
My
That's a
number
good
one.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even think I have to go into this.
No.
I love Disney. I love Disney.
Yeah.
I think Disney is awesome. I think it's great. I think, like, I can't wait to eventually have kids that I can introduce them to, like, the movies and the shows and the stuff
That
I
we
liked,
watched.
That we watched.
Yeah.
And even some of the stuff now. Like, when my kid's old enough and they can watch some of the Marvel stuff that's been in the Disney universe and the Star
I'm not
Wars
even
stuff.
talking about Marvel. Well, go
Disney,
ahead.
I know
Go
what
ahead.
you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
But
yeah,
but the Pixar stuff, right? The Pixar stuff's
Always
consistent,
good.
and
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's still like a Disney subsidiary or whatever.
Yeah, it's a sub
and it's,
thing.
Again,
Yeah.
listen, Disney has had a hand in a lot of the Marvel stuff, so yeah, part of that.
Yeah.
And then again, some of the Disney movies are fine. Some of the Disney shows are fine. Whatever. I can't wait for that time for my kid to enjoy it because I'm a good sport. I like anything. So like, I was talking about it today with Kayla. I'm like, I'll go to Disney and I'll be the best dad to do it because I'm just like, I'll fucking eat that shit up.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
not like,
I would be the same way.
We gotta get the flash pass because we got 20 minutes until we gotta do this.
Right,
we gotta go
right.
find all the hidden Mickeys and
yeah,
and again,
nah.
if that's your thing, it's okay. And I know enough people that are obsessed with that I still consider good friends, and I don't have a problem with you. It's just a pet peeve because some of the people you watch that are over the top, you're like, listen. Like, I know someone that I worked with at my old job, she loved Disney, huge Disney. I don't want to call her a Disney adult because she wasn't, but she loved Disney.
Yeah.
And I loved that she loved it about it.
Yeah.
But she never crossed that line where I was concerned of, like, are you a human? Like,
Yeah,
are
right.
you real life?
Yeah.
So I think there's like enjoying Disney a lot, and then there's the next step of like.
Then there's the next step,
this
they could
is
do no wrong.
concerning.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
Right.
Like that video going on of like the girl crying when she saw Goofy out of COVID, and you're like,
yeah.
That's an hourly worker in that costume, right?
Yeah,
there.
right.
So that wants to just go home
Right.
after his shift, you know. So
Yeah.
That's my number one. So I thought you guys would enjoy that.
I like that one. I do like that one. All right, my number one is okay. So I've seen this with a couple people, a good amount of people actually. So it's when cursing becomes a regular habit.
Ooh, okay.
As in you use it in normal conversation,
Just at me.
but especially in public.
Okay, I get that.
I think it's rude. I think it's, it could be a lot of things. It could be rude, unprofessional, uncourteous. I've been saying, like, self-awareness. Like, say you're at a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And you have a family at the next table with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And, you have someone, whatever age, having, like, still an adult conversation with someone, but, they're just cursing up a storm.
Whatever, yeah.
I just think I just don't like it.
Okay.
I just don't like it. It bothers me a lot.
I have a question for you then. So, and I've actually contemplated this a lot more because when I go to Giants games, I always get like the Giants, sadly enough, are my vice, and they they drive me absolutely crazy. Same thing with Yankees. are you allowed to have that kind of a potty mouth at a game?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
I agree. I think you do have to watch a little bit of it, and I'm always trying to be curious, or cautious, because sometimes I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh, this fucking team, or oh my god, I can't stand.
No,
these guys
I think it depends on the scenario. Like, okay, so you have a family with kids behind you in the stands watching a Giants game, and someone is cursing up a storm at how the game's going. Yeah. I actually think that's okay because, in my opinion, that's the environment, the scenario. Yeah. Like,
I think as long as it doesn't get like where the person's like, oh, fucking, like,
no, right.
Cross that line.
But if it's a normal conversation when it's not necessarily like necessary,
you don't like that. Yeah, like,
I don't like that.
Like, I can't believe the fucking staff here. Oh, that's so
no, exactly, and like especially when you're doing that and there's not much emotion put into it. Yeah, it's like, are you just like, do you actually care about what you're what you're talking about right now, or are you just cursing just to curse? Like, is it just a habit now?
Habit, yeah, I think
that
is something for me too that I've even said. Like, I think on the pod I like to have fun with it, and I just like to lean into the fuckings and the shits and the ass.
Oh sure, I think for this podcast we're pretty light on it. I think we're light on it.
I think I do it more than you do it. Honestly,
you think so? I actually think I do more.
So? No,
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
It's probably like a 60-40.
Really? Yeah. Well, in that sense, it's still
maybe
close,
70-30?
No, I wouldn't go that far. I think
really? I think most of the time pretty composed, dude.
I mean, I think so too, but I think
about how many rants I go on.
Yeah, but you're also good with. You're very. I think you're very cautious with your rants.
I think I have to be because I'm not trying to get canceled.
Well, not in that sense, but in the cursing sense.
I think so too. Sometimes I let it fly, but I know what you mean. Like I've always tried to do that because sometimes you're right. Sometimes I'll be sitting at dinner and I'll start to say stuff, and I do throw it in there, and I'm like, I don't need that. Like,
don't get me wrong, I do too sometimes.
But you're 100% right for that. It is a pet peeve because I gave it up for Lent. I gave up cursing for Lent. Like, the same conversation of like. Not needing to just throw it out there.
Yeah, right.
And I try, but like, listen, if I do something, I stub my toe, I do whatever, I'm like, oh shit, or whatever.
Yeah, but in that sense, it's different.
Like,
like,
I can't believe this shit, like, or oh my god, this is ass, like, those you don't need that, like, like, you could just be like, oh, this kind of sucks, this is, like, crappy, whatever, however you wanna.
And it really does bother me the most when it's in a public setting. Like, to be honest with you, kids don't even have to be around. Like other people are hearing you.
If you're at a bar, it's different. Like,
that's different. That's different.
If you're at a nice restaurant, if you're even at a restaurant in general, and it's someone just like popping off, I can see how you're like.
And even worse, if you're loud too, and everyone's hearing you, then I don't think that. I just don't think it's needed. I don't think it's needed.
I agree. I like that.
Yeah. So that is my number one because I think that's something that happens the most out of all those things,
stuff,
and it bothers me. Thing? Well, the toothpaste thing I deal with. Yeah, so I get used to it a little bit.
To work.
Yeah, exactly. But that'll conclude my. You did your. You concluded yours as well.
My Disney adults were my one.
Yeah, guys, so listen, if you do any of these things, listen, we're not trying to change how you are, but, I think some of the things we said might make you a better person,
Figure it out.
I suggest you look at yourself and figure it out. Yes, exactly.
Tell us what pet peeves you have in the comments.
Yes, absolutely. And, even tell us your New Year's resolutions, too.
Yep. Or any pet peeves that you have that we do.
Ooh, I like that too. If you have any pet peeves about this podcast,
shit on us.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Frank and Luke right now in the podcast. Kayla, stay out of this.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Also, follow us on all social media platforms at Frank_videos. You can listen to this podcast audio only version on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And with all that being said, we will see you in February for our next episode. But until then, peace out. My number 5 is Wicked. I didn't know there was a whole backstory on the Wicked Witch, and you know what? I feel bad for her. It is a fantastic story, a different perspective, and Ariana Grande, man, she's involved. There's going to be a lot of singing in that movie, obviously. I'm all for it. My number 4 is Beetlejuice 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I am very excited for that.
Love Beetlejuice.
I love the first movie.
Love the first one.
Michael Keaton is fantastic as Beetlejuice.
So good.
And the fact that he's back, what's her name? Ryder. I don't want to... Winona Ryder's back.
Winona Ryder.
And, Jenna Ortega's involved too. And I think she does great in every horror aspect movie. I think that's what she was made for.